Hello all, welcome back to Rogue Trader, of course, game operator and narrator soul. It's been a minute, not gonna lie. Life kind of got in the way of all the fun stuff, so now we're trying to get back on track. If memory serves, we just wrapped up everything at Footfall here. And I think the only thing left for us to do is to get right on back. These rumors, how about our quests? I believe everything is requiring us to get back on the bridge of the Von Valancia's void ship. And this one has to wait for the situation to resolve itself. We need to leave in order to feed the feed Footfall. We're off to a wonderful start. There's supposed to be a whole lot of reading here afterwards. So yeah, let's get right back into it. I hope that everyone's been going and having a wonderful time. What is going on here? Okay, this must be parts for the DLC, I'm assuming. Because we did indeed activate the Arbites DLC. Haven't really set anything in stone yet as to what we're going to do with it, but it is underway, and here we go. So begins the Lordom. Well, I wish you'd stop cutting yourself. So, Voxmaster Vigis. Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship's systems is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel. Except, there's an issue you must be made aware of. Cassia makes a quick, nervous gesture, adjusting the adornment over her third eye. I've been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double-check the route to Targonis and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out and can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the Atlas, one after the other, and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. That's good to know. Argenta angrily chops the air with the side of her palm. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and demons. It's a shame they can't be dispersed with a flame or a bolter. Now, we can't be certain that the problems with astropathic communications in the Coronis Expanse are no coincidence. There's a warp disturbance in her way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate the key worlds of the Von Valancia's Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Janus, Dargonis, and Kiava Gamma. Charting new routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be the necessary next step. So what would be the consequences of losing contact with these worlds? A world deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Coronis Expanse's infrastructure can only rely on itself, and the capabilities are often limited. For example, Janus does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates, cultists, heretics, and Xenos. Any of them could prey on the helpless planet. The loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protectorate to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. The Voxmaster is entirely correct. Your rogue trader Solstrom von Valancius, the successor to Theodora von Valancius, one of the most influential women this side of the mall. But you're also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they can snatch a piece of it themselves. It's important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation, which is why the sooner we reclaim these worlds, the better. A faint smile appears on Cabela's lips. If the Faithless decide that your worlds are easy prey, that is good. We'll find enough enemies in your domain then. We will kill them. The Undying One will look upon us with approval. Tell me about Janus. The surface world of Janus was altered extensively so the planet could be designated an agri-world. It is a powerful food base, capable of supplying the burgeoning Protectorate and exporting provisions to the other worlds at the same time. Janus owes much of its prosperity to the Governor House of Yat. Under its leadership, the world has grown ever more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tightly controlled. And what is Kiava Gamma? Industrial world Kiava Gamma is being managed by the Governor House of Gaprek and supplies your Protectorate with rare mineral resources. Additionally, the planet features an Adepts Mechanicus Manufactorum that processes materials and prepares them for shipment. We just started, oh my gosh. I testify that Yavagama is a world marked by the Omniscience patronage. By his grace, the manufactorums of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Heinrichs coughs quietly. Mistress Tolman neglected to mention that the Kiavagama Manufactorum also supplies heavy machinery, forage harvesters to vessel systems and components. Abelard turns his hard eyes on Heinrichs. You display commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturing capability, von Kallax. Pleased to be of service. And what do I need to know about Dargonus? Dargonus is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It is where the main administrative resource and storage facilities are, and so is the von Valancius Palace. If you would like to know, this is where you will publicly accept the title of Rogue Trader. Dargonus is a major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Abelard, what is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Abelard strokes his beard for a few seconds before giving a hesitant reply. Rediscovering the agri-world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants can do without: sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall in its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I am concerned by the rumors concerning Kiavagama. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughingstock of other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the Protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest, Lord Captain. Very well. Our course is clear. Do my officers have any other issues that require immediate attention? That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel and the crew await your instructions and are ready to depart Footfall immediately, should you so desire. Well, now we got choices. Choices are worrying. Yes. Well, let's get to the map here. Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the von Valancius Protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon their stewards. Developing colonies, claiming new territories, and establishing trade links. All this is now your privilege and burden. Ooh, mobile extractiums. So the Coronis Expanse is a vast region of space where you'll travel between different star systems. In each system, unique events can occur. By steering your flagship towards them, you can explore planets, study anomalies, and interact with other ships. To switch to the map of the entire Coronis Expanse, click the button in the bottom right corner of the screen. Well, hello. Okay, then. That's a big map. Oh my. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's check our void ship management here. So we're gonna have plasma torpedoes. I'm gonna switch out the Lance. Mark 201B auger array is already installed, which is better than the Mark 100. And Jovian Pattern Class 1 drive provides 13 speed versus the Lathe Pattern 2A engine. I'm going to say that's probably the better choice of all things considered. Skills. I've got swing runs and our torpedo control. How about posts? Everyone positioned properly? I'm going to say maybe. Focused efforts allows the use of both abilities of one selected post for one turn. One or both abilities are on cooldown, their cooldown time is reduced by one turn. Okay, so we have... That's already set. Master Cannoneer. No one's going to be better. Shield Master. Really? Jay's pretty good at that. The reinforced shields is something very nice. Let's face it. Pascal is way better. Shield Pulse, what is that? Overloads the enemy shields, redistributing them with the weakest side facing the flagship. If the enemy has a hollow field, it loses several of its charges. Pulse can also negatively impact other Xenos technology. This overload expends 25% of the flagship shield. Alright, good to know. Master of Maneuvers. And how much going to beat that? Warp Channeler. Minus 165. Well, we're not going to worry about that. Master of Theorix. We got Idira. Oh, we got Cassia. And honestly, what do you have? Arc Augury. Flagship's next shot gains +2 extra range. And Vulnerability Scan. Flagship's augers can scan enemy ship to highlight its weak points. All damage dealt to a weak point is increased by 30%. Only one weak point can be highlighted at a time. So increased range versus the ability to increase the damage against weak points. Might actually put Cassia there. Yeah, we'll call that one where we're sitting, I think. For now. 53 scrap. I think we're still good. Well, let's chart some new routes, shall we? Oh, that's a lot of routes. Okay, special routes. Standard scanning cannot reveal a route to the selected system, but you can still get there by spending points of Navigator's Insight to plot a guaranteed direct path. Not a guaranteed direct path? Not really. That's to the Imperium. Well, that's warp travel to Soto's tomb. Lord Captain, the ship's senior officers request an audience with you. They are humbly awaiting you on the bridge. Oh, that should be good. Lord Captain, if I may request your attention for a moment, I must report a series of highly dangerous violations that have taken place in the fuel compartment. The Master-at-Arms is ignoring my demands, and I am thus forced to appeal to you directly. The Fuelers are founded a sect of some kind. This group practices fire worship of the Emperor has been burning promethium near the fuel line. I beg you to stop this madness before we all go up in flames. I should point out that there has been no incidents in the fuel compartment so far, and that the beliefs of this sect do not affect the obedience of the workers or their efficiency in any way. All assemblies are conducted strictly after hours with the permissions of the supervisors. However, if you find their practices unacceptable, we'll put a stop to them immediately. Okay. Well, one, fire near the fuel lines, that just doesn't exactly scream like a good idea to me. Does the ecclesiarchy recognize this cult, or is it considered heretical? This matters beyond my purview. Let Confessor Adalbert be the judge of such a business. A plump, rosy-cheeked old man steps forward, his voice deep and sonorous. The Emperor protects, your lordship. I can assure you that there is no heresy festering in the fuel compartment. The sect of the fire prophecies has been tested for purity and found to be in accordance with the creed. The leader, who calls himself the Oracle of Fire, is devout and submissive to his servants. Do not twist the sacred teachings, and as for the chosen forms of worship, these are neither rare nor remarkable. Many such minor cults exist in the Imperium with the full approval of the ecclesiarchy. I know just how to handle this cult. I stand ready to carry out any order. Oh, do I want another cult on the ship? Again, it's right by the fuel lines. This is the problem here. Like, if you're having it in a cargo hold where this could all be secured, I wouldn't care, but this is right next to the fuel lines. If my Infernus Master says that they are a danger to the ship, then I'm convinced. Disperse the troublemakers. Yes, Lord Captain. By tomorrow this cult will be forgotten, never to be mentioned again. I can't have fire next to the fuel lines. That's just the way it's gotta be. Don't have fire next to my fuel lines and I'll be alright. You can have it in the cargo hold where everything is secure, whatever. Let's go to Soto's tomb. Ooh, we got pirates. Looks like a whole lot of space dust, too. Well, let's check out the pirates. I'm sure everything will be just fine.
Today, we claim victory or die trying.
Why, hello, Cobra-class destroyer. And same with you, other Cobra-class destroyer. And, okay, that's 3 Cobra-class destroyers. Well, let's get some torpedoes out. Fire the lance. If we go here, we should be able to fire our guns as well. Macro cannons. Oh yeah, we got everything here.
Show them the fury of our macro cannons. Unleash a barrage of destruction.
And they're trying to leave. I don't think there's much else we can do about this one. And everybody's outside of range. No need to restart the shields. They haven't fallen yet. Let's get ourselves swung around. Not in range, unfortunately. Torpedoes are going to be a next turn kind of things. Let's see where they go. Directly behind the torpedoes. Okay, they're falling back. Shields are taking hits, not bad. Somebody's gonna get a whole lot of torpedoes here very, very quickly. Can't ram. Not in the range of the lance. Get a turret on this. Heavy damage, I'll take that. Let's swing us around and get our shields facing the right way.
Full speed ahead.
And, oh, he's one square out. Dang. Question is, how many jumps, or how many turns does he need to jump? 3 rounds. Okay. We'll probably tag him next round. Swing around, torpedoes. Ah. Make him nervous. Could detonate the warheads right now. I'm happy with that. Minor damage. So, is he trying to escape as well? No, he's not. Oh, he is.
Rain destruction.
Drop some more torpedoes. Let's get... Where can we position ourselves so we are... somewhere where we can do something here. Oh, just outside. Knock his shields offline first. There we go. Ship down. Let's get our shields restarted. And we'll turn to this Cobra class. We'll send the torpedoes after the other one. All right, we're up. Let's start knocking the shields off. And he's trying to run. We'll turn into him. And he's down. All right, torpedoes. How far away is he? Oh, my goodness. A little bit of a distance. We may not catch him. Yeah, I don't think we are. Which is a shame. Even if I were to line up a ram, which I can't do right now, far too late. He's getting out of here.
The higher will has guided us to triumph.
Oh, that makes me a little sad. Didn't quite get it. Some ancient machinery and 32 scrap. I'll take that. We can repair. I might as well. Requires 155 scrap for the next upgrade. Let's repair the hull. No point in running around with a damaged ship. Not through here. Let's have a look at the planet. We got some plasteel. Ooh, all right. Let's set up an extractium here. Don't mind plasteel at all. Let's explore the tomb. What do we got here? Imperium cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even Footfall. There used to be a Cyclopean tomb station on its orbit. The final resting place of Cornelius Soto, one of the discoverers of the Cronus Expanse. The tomb gave its name to the entire system. However, about 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse onto the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world uninhabitable for centuries. The crater formed by the station's impact can still be observed from orbit. Soto's tomb became a sepulchre for the entire planet. This sordid place is neither life nor loot. Knowing the nasty tricks that life can pull is a treasure in its own right. Plus, well, we got plasteel, so I'll take that. I don't know if 5 is a good number or if that's a low number. Either way, I'm going to take it. So we have a couple other objects here, both of them space dust. Ooh, trophies. Yeah, I'll take the fuel. Absolutely. And more fuel. No anonymous objects to scan. So I guess this is a done system. All right, so that just leads me right back to Avorius. Or Avioris. Avorius. Avioris. To Avioris. Unsafe route. Ha. As I am now fated to be your shadow, Domin Solstrom, we must perform a ritual that will seal our bond, where it pleases the Undying One. Let us speak on the bridge, and I will take us to a place appropriate for the ritual. What is this ritual? Come, and you will see. I do not wish to speak of the mysteries of the blood-spun web over the Vox. This knowledge is not meant for the ears of the uninitiated. I will be there. Thank you, Domin. So, ritual of binding. Camilla is waiting for the Lord Captain on the bridge. She means to... Oh, well, whatever. We're going to find out when we get to the bridge. Uh-oh. Lord Captain, we have received a transmission from the Adeptus Arbites base of operations at Dargonus. Proctor Solomon Anthar is invoking a pact made with her ladyship Theodora and asks for an audience. How are we to respond? What business did the Theodora conduct with the Adeptus Arbites? Unfortunately, Lady Theodora seldom shared any details of the sort with her crew, though I do know that she met with the Arbites frequently. Very well, I shall meet with them. I will send word to Chancellor Wessarian about arranging a meeting with the Arbites delegation. That's probably going to be a minute or two into the future, I'm going to assume. I wish to inform you that the sacred rituals addressed to the spirit of the ship have been performed. The tech liturgy and the rite of the machine blessing ended with the dead mediation in order to comprehend the nature of the miracle sent down by the Omnissiah. Acquisition of sacred knowledge has not been recorded. How the spirit of the void ship is able to call upon the power of the machine god and activate the warp drive remains an unknown. Yet, during my meditative ritual, the Omnissiah gave me an equally valuable revelation. The sacred spirit that lives in the bowels of the ship's mechanisms differs from other analogous forms. The spirit holds a unique power that cannot be called anything less than a blessing of the machine god. So, what does that mean? Hypothesis. In extremis, the ship's spirit is capable of making unpredictable calculations and actions. It is impossible to predict how it will behave in any given situation, but I believe the spirit is currently showing obedience, at least for now. I recommend that we continue monitoring the ship and be prepared for new manifestations. The report is received. Thank you, Pascal. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. The warp jump went surprisingly smooth. None of the deck officers on duty reported any incidents. However, a strange discovery awaited the Lord Captain when he returned to his quarters. The bed was unmade, and the impression of a head was still visible on the pillow. Ghosts! Ghosts! There were no other signs of intrusion. The guards swore under oath that nobody had entered the Lord Captain's quarters. The Immaterium released us from its grip this time. Well, that's just peachy. Let's get back to the bridge and have a chat with Cabela. See what kind of madness we must deal with now. Actually, where is Cabela? Mr. Sarback. Hello? I have to try to remember where everyone is. There's Argenta, Cassia, Heinrich Montag, Abelard, Heinrichs, Jay, Pascal, Abel. Cabela's down here. All right. Stop cutting on yourself.
Domin.
Cabela puts away the dagger she's been using to reopen her freshly closed wounds. You torture your own flesh. What is the meaning of this ritual?
Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself.
Neat.
Death whispers to me, you are worthy of bearing his marks. Tell me, Domin, do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts?
You noticed several officers exchanged worried glances as they eye the blade in Cabela's hands. I presume this will not be a painless procedure.
I have not felt pain in a long time. But yes, your body will certainly suffer. Embrace the pain and make it a part of you. It will be your salvation, even on your darkest days.
See, and this is where I get a little bit worried, because one of the options is heretical, where I can just, like, carve a nefarious symbol into my own skin. Yeah. It would be an honor to bear the mark of the Undying One. We already know that this cult is accepted.
Let it be so. Treasure his gift, Domin. Inscribe it anew each time you pray. May his blessing find you.
Yeah, Cabela waits patiently as you prepare yourself for the ritual. Once you're ready, she carefully presses her blade to your skin and carves the sacred symbol into your flesh with skillful precision. The wounds sting and burn painfully as they begin to bleed. Stop cutting on yourself! I am ready for the binding ritual.
Then follow me, Domin.
Oh no. This is what happens when you dabble with witchcraft and sorcery. Well, hi, this is ominous.
Are you ready to step into the labyrinth, Domin?
Gabella moves in a peculiar semblance of an athletic exercise, her movements tracing an inscrutable pattern. What exactly are we going to do?
This is the ritual of binding. By the Undying One's will, our fates are now as one. But I must still guide you into the maze of my mind. Although it is my predestination alone to walk its corridors in search of answers, your image must become part of the tangle. For I am your shadow, Domin, and your presence will aid me in sensing whatever threats may be looming over you.
And what exactly have you been drawing on my floor?
Instructions, directions, a depiction of the puzzle that can only be solved within one's own consciousness by following its bends and turnings. I do not require these lines to find my way, but for you, they will serve as a guiding thread.
I am ready, Cabela. Let us begin.
Your weapon for the ritual. Watch the lines on the floor. You can only pass through the gaps. The rest, you need not know. Enter the labyrinth, Domin.
So I can only pass between the gaps of the lines on the floor. Okay. I didn't pass between the gaps!
You are now upon the path. Your shadow now walks the labyrinth, and my gaze can now see when danger draws near you.
Can you tell me what this really was? What is the true meaning of this rite?
You are not required to understand. You have joined the ritual. That will suffice.
Did not mean to offend you.
Your words have caused no offense.
Well, forget I asked.
The labyrinth has accepted you. We have danced amid the crossing lines and minds, and by the dance, we are now bound.
Neat. Remember, kids, sorcery. Cultish behavior, not even once. Okay, back to space. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. And what, pray tell, is here? Oh, that's a lot of planets and a drifting void ship. Don't say. Artificial facility is in here somewhere. So it's a dead world. Adamantine of 2. Adamantine is very good. Yes, exactly. Used in creating armor with the Divine Titans, hull plating for void ships, and really for anything that needs to be extremely durable and strong. Alright, now that we got an Adamantine of 2, I don't feel so bad about a Plasteel of 5. Well, let's have us a look at the Hermitage. A small human dwelling stands on this barren, deserted planet. Scouts report that an old hermit lives there, who spends his days in prayer to the Emperor. Let's ask the old hermit for a blessing. To the Lord Captain's surprise, the old hermit turned out to be a navigator. And when the old man discovered the noble status of his visitor, he willingly recounted his tale. He had retreated to this planet long ago, back when he was still in his youth, after he had realized that his mind would not withstand frequent forays into the Immaterium, the realm of the archenemy. The hermit spoke with pride about how he had worshipped the Emperor each and every moment of his life, but when he mentioned the golden light of the Astronomicon, his voice quivered. When his guests left, he stared after them for a long time, his gaze filled with sadness. I'm going to leave this adamantine deposit for now, and we'll scope out the rest of the planets here and see what's available. And then we'll wind up on the drifting void ship and see what's there. We have provisions of 4. And a smuggler's cache. Ooh. Frag grenades and medkits. And a whole lot of junk. Alright, provisions of 4. We'll keep that in the back of our head. I do like how there's little symbols indicating there's actually resources there. And this is just a not explored thing. Trophies! Give me fuel. Plasma batteries. There we go. Not too bad of a thing. But nothing real fancy we can use here. Nope. Final planet. What do you got? Just a dead, burning world. Alright, void ship. You got anything cool? Shoot. Before we hop into there, because the episode is running long, we might just save that for the next one. I'll go ahead and put extractors on the jungle world and the desert world here. Again, I don't know if this is good, but it's more than what I got. And I'm assuming adamantine is rare. Provisions, maybe not so much. It's probably a good idea to have all this stuff up and running anyways. And then we'll get ourselves in a position here at the drifting void ship. Because this is a little odd, but that will be a question for next time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for this episode of Rogue Trader. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have, by all means, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to support the channel at all, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment on down below. And yes, this is going to be a continuation of our current long play, so we'll see exactly where the Arbites come in. In the meantime, though, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, all.
Eat this, toaster.
target acquisition is screwed. Give me manual controls now.